Wimborne went down 5-2 to Totton here at Cuthbury tonight on a very, very cold night. The defeat almost completely due to a very poor first half, at the end of which they were 4-1 down. Simon Brown fielded new boy Mark Ford up front, with James Stockwell playing up front and Carl Preston. And Sam Old made his home debut, having played in the abandoned game at Cinderford on Saturday. And Wimborne were playing in a very unaccustomed away strip of blue and white, the Argentina strip, for one sit at home. Even start to the game, but on 7 minutes it was the visitors that took the lead. A ball was played inside the Wimborne fullback, and that gave Nick Watts a fairly simple chance to slip the ball past Shane Murphy, 1-0. And three minutes later it was 2-0, and this was a hotly disputed goal. Corner on the right came in, and after a melee, linesman was seen to flag and indicated that the ball had crossed the line, but most independent witnesses were fairly adamant that it hadn't gone near the goal line. That didn't change things though, and it was 2-0 to Totton, with Nathaniel Sherborne getting the credit for that one. What had started as a fairly quiet evening at Wimborne, in the middle of the second half, the wind started getting up and Wimborne playing against it. Totton at this time very much on top. Shane Murphy made a good save on 23 minutes at the feet of a Totton forward, and then in a rare foray forward, Carl Preston took the ball into the area, made space and let go a good shot, which was saved by Mothorpe in the Totton goal. Just after the half hour, a free kick to Totton on 22 yards caused quite a lot of problems in the Wimborne defence, but it was eventually cleared. But just 1 minute later, the visitors went 3-0 up. A long ball forward broke to Michael Gosney, who scored quite easily. Louis Kellaway had an immediate chance to pull one back as he took up a good position in the penalty area, but he scuffed his shot and it went wide. Good shot from James Stockwell in 37 minutes was just managed to be pushed round the post by Mothorpe. But 1 minute later, again, it was 4-0. Shane Murphy did well to block a shot while he was out of his goal, but then he was stranded when Totton player rounded him and put the ball in from distance, despite the presence of quite a few Wimborne defenders. One bright spot for Wimborne in the first half came on 42 minutes when a good long throw from Ryan Murray on the right found James Stockwell. He controlled it well and blasted the ball in to make it 4-1. 4-1 at the interval then, and it has to be said, a poor display from Wimborne in the first half. Totton looked stronger, they looked quicker, their passing was more accurate, they were getting men forward a lot more quickly than Wimborne. Sam Old had to go off at half time. I think he took a knock and Morgan Turner came on in his place, and it has to be said that Wimborne's second half display was much better than the first half. They really looked like a decent team. Sam Old could have Wimborne could have got another one back in 50 minutes when the ball went taken past the keeper, and we looked certain to get that second goal, but a defender got back and blocked it. And then on the hour mark, a dreadful goal to lose for Wimborne to put us 5-1 down. We're caught napping with a quick free kick, and there was Nick Watts on the end of it to blast home, a really good shot to make it 5-1. But Wimborne came back to their credit, never gave up, and for the last half hour we looked definitely the better team, playing some really good football. James Stockwell blasted over on 63 minutes, and then on 68 minutes, maybe I'm biased, but I think the goal of the game, Matt Ford on the left-hand side did really well, lifted the ball over one player. His first shot was blocked, and then he smashed it into the roof of the net from a really acute angle on the left. Well played. And Matt had a very good second half and looked a very good player indeed. Pressing forward, Wimborne caught on the break on 71 minutes, but Shane Murphy made a good save with his feet. And then again, lovely play from Matt Ford with 10 minutes to go, but his shot was saved. Ant Waters came on for Ryan Johnson just after that, and Wimborne played out the rest of the game on top, but without adding to their tally. So 5-2 to the visitors, a score that probably didn't flatter them on the first half performance, but the second half, signs of things to come maybe from Matt Ford. James Stockwell had his usual professional game. first half we gave the ball away far too easily. James Stokely accepted from that. But certainly enough in that second half to maybe look forward to better things in the future. We've got Evesham here on Saturday. We hope to see Simon after tonight's 5-2 defeat to Totton. Simon, the first half cost us.
Yes, you don't need to be a footballing expert to work that one out.
No.
We were awful in the first half, absolutely awful. I thought we were playing Totton again. I thought we were back in some middle of December, giving away two poor goals in the first 10 minutes, and that set the tone for the game. Well, it set the tone for that first half. Certainly, we were the back four were all over the place, and yet they played as a unit. They played so well Saturday for the 60 minutes, but. We were awful.
Well, let's gloss over that first.
Well, you say gloss over it, Ken, but I think if we want to improve as a side, we've got to get to the point where we're not conceding that number of goals in a first half, or even in the first 10 minutes, because it just takes the game away from us. At this level of football, you're not going to come back from 4-0 down.
No.
With the best will in the world, they happen once in a blue moon, or once every 3 or 4 seasons.
Well, you said the same players played much better on Saturday. Have you got a reason for that? Do you know why?
No, I don't know whether they thought because they compete so well against this side at the top of the league that against someone like Totton that maybe we just needed to turn up, but we perhaps didn't need to play with the same kind of intensity, and that's what I said to them after. What I was more disappointed at was not so much. The fact that they didn't play well, that happens in football. I've got lots of young lads in here who are going to have, inconsistent performances. That's the nature of where they are, age-wise and experience-wise. But they look like a few of them were a bit shell-shocked and looked like they were going through emotions. I can't have that.
No.
I can't be dealing with lads that aren't giving me 100%. I can forgive them for making mistakes, and I forgive them for a bit of naivety, but I won't forgive players that don't appear to be giving me 100%. And I think probably the start was so bad that it shell-shocked a few who just went through the motions for the next 45 minutes. So that meant we had Brendan and myself had to get in and shake a few of them up at half time.
Well, you must have done something right, because the second half was a big improvement on the first half.
It's difficult to take a lot of comfort from it. I mean, they scored a goal, we scored a goal, so essentially the second half was 1-1. But as I said, when you're 4-1 down, Tottenham probably took their foot off the gas a little bit, knowing that the game was in the bag. So yes, we were better in the second half, but we need to start games much better than that if we're going to compete at this standard. Because Tottenham aren't at the top of the league, are they?
No, they're not.
They're mid-table, that kind of scenario. And if we're losing 5-2 at home to them, then we're going to have some tough games coming up.
Let's take at least one positive from it, and that's the performance of Matt Ford in the second half. He looked a quality striker. His goal was excellently
Mark
taken.
scores goals. Brendan and myself had discussed the possibility of signing Mark a couple of weeks ago, and Brendan had him at Weymouth, and he scored goals for them. He's not a big target man. He's a fox in the box kind of character, but he knows where the goal is, and he took his goal very well. Ironically, he missed it. Well, he went round the keeper, he said he didn't see the defender there. Went to stroll it into the net, and the lad come back. So he could have even had 2 or even maybe 3 today.
Yeah.
And I said 4-2. I think when he had that chance.
Yes, it was. It would have been 4-2.
Possibly there might have been a few jitters.
It
still would have been a real huge ask for us to get back into the game. But as I said, you can't concede 4 goals in the first 35 minutes that we did today and expect to get anything out of games, and that's something we'll aim to improve on Saturday.
Thanks for your time, mate. Cheers, Simon. Thanks.